Yo, what's going on? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. That means it's time for another live stream. Today is Thursday, April 10th, 2025. We are about a week away from Boston Marathon weekend. So today I thought I'd go over some of the events that I'll be doing in case you guys want to hang out. If you guys are going to be in Boston, there's a lot of stuff that I'll be doing where I'm like hosting, presenting, participating, and then I'll also just be around a lot all weekend because I'm not racing. So I'm going to be like all over, probably Newberry Street most of the time. But yeah, we'll get through all of that today. But first, I want to say hi to everyone listening on the audio only version on the podcast. I still haven't uploaded Monday's live stream to the podcast. So if you're listening to this, it's probably Saturday, Sunday, maybe, because I got to go back and upload that other one first. I apologize. I've definitely been forgetting about you guys, and I'm sorry about it. If I see you guys in Boston, let me know if you're an audio only person, and I'll make it up to you. I don't know how I'll make it up to you. Maybe like a high five or an extra high five or an extra hug. That's probably all I got, but I feel bad, and I appreciate you guys, and I have not been treating you well, so I'm working on it. And for everyone else watching this later but not live, I appreciate you guys so much as well. Whenever I look at the analytics, I do feel like the majority of you are later but not live listeners, which I can understand and I can appreciate. There's definitely stuff that I regularly tune into, but not at the regular time. So like I can relate to stuff like that. So, welcome to you guys as well. All right. I do have a lot of unboxings that I have to do as well. And a bunch of shoes I need to add to the shoe sheet. So we got a lot of fun stuff today. All right, let's see who we got in the chat. Alex Gonzalez says, hi, Kofuzi. Hope you're having a great day. I am having a good day. I'm still feeling really far behind from being gone a lot the last month. But I'm starting to feel like I'm coming out of it. And then this weekend, we've got some family travel to do. And then next week, I'll be in Boston. So I'm going to feel buried again in no time. But for today, I feel pretty good. I also had a good workout today. I ran in the Shipe Pro, the craft. It's spelled like Kype, Kype, but I've been told it's like Shipe Pro. I ran in that. It was an interesting shoe. I had a pretty good workout today. I talked to my sister today, which I haven't done that in a while. So it's like, yeah, good things. So there we go. Going with Oliver. Coming in hot today. What do you think the BQ cushion will be needed for 2026? What was the cushion for 2025? I don't even know. I don't kind of pay attention that close. I guess I only remember if it's like really bad. For 2025, was it a lot? We could go from there. Because it was 2024 where it was like 7 minutes, right? And they changed the standards, and then it was like, what, 2 minutes? I don't know. All right. We'll have to follow that up because what is this? Calvin says, breaking news. I don't normally like to talk about negatively about other people, but this is weird. Calvin says, it was in the Discord, but Matt Fox was arrested in Japan after shipping in marijuana products from the U.S. Oh boy. That's bold. That's a very bold thing to do. I've not heard of that before. So that is news to me. Is it not legal in Japan? Like, I guess you can't have it, huh? I actually don't know. Wow. That is surprising. I mean, if I were to guess for anything that Matt Fox would have gotten arrested for, I would have guessed like off-script GLP-1s, because I know I think someone told me that he was messing around with that. But again, I haven't heard that directly from him. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, boy. Interesting. All right. Governing with Oliver and Matt Leonard say that the 2025 cushion was $651. When was the last time they changed the standards? I thought they just changed the standard. Oh, that's a lot. If it's still that big, of both. I think I had enough. I would have been okay because I keep getting older, and I'm not slowing down as fast as my age is increasing. So I think I would have been okay, but that is a lot. I don't know. I think that what we're seeing is interesting. We're getting a huge influx of people from like Running Boom 2.0. Um, and I wonder if like all those people have kind of like been like churned through the system. You know what I mean? So like once they adjust the standards again, will it be fine? I don't know. I don't think like people will continue to keep getting that fast. I feel like we have an influx of new athletes that are finding their fast, you know? And I do think that people are getting faster. We know a lot more about training and how to like kind of get faster quickly, safely. But I don't know. I think that some of the mania will go away. Some of this craziness will go away. I'm hoping. Well, I'm not hoping. I hope it stays because it means that there's a lot of people that are running well, um, that are interested in running these races. But I have a feeling with how hard it is to keep getting into them, not just Boston, but all the other majors as well, all these big races, that they may find other sports. We're going to be turning people away, and you turn people away enough, they just stop asking to come. Oh, that's wild. That is so wild. Mike Leonard says Brian Rock's projected Boston 2026 buffer is 529. Oh, are there lots of people that make predictions about this kind of stuff? I don't know who Matt Brian Rock is. Interesting. Yeah, and Rich Dizon says, I'm back from the Speed Project, and the On-Cloud Monster Hyper worked better than I expected. No rocks collected, surprisingly, and our non-elite team ended up finishing top 10 in our category about 38 hours. That's amazing. Which button is it? This one? Yeah, that's the one I want. That's a great job. Speed Project is so wild. It's so far. So barren. So hot. Ugh. Let's see. All right. I think I gotta. You guys were writing a lot in the chat. I'm trying to kind of go back. All right. There's the 651 chatter. Okay. And Mark says, I hope that there won't be a cushion next year since they changed the standards. Okay. I can't say usually. I think the last time that I'm aware, have they changed it once? It was like 5 years ago, maybe. I think there they increased everything by like 5 minutes, or basically like, I remember it being like I aged up a group, but then with the change standards, I basically had to run for the same time again, in my new older age group. And I feel like the way they pick that number is not just arbitrary, like 5-minute increments. I think that they do it so that way the number of people that get turned away is not zero. They don't aim for that. They don't aim to have like, oh, we'll make it aggressive. It's not like World Athletics, where like, yeah, we'll make it really athletics and then we'll backfill and based on how many people haven't hit the standard. I think they do it in a way that like, all right, well, this time we had, let's say, 30,000 people we had to reject. We really prefer to reject 5,000 people. So I feel like they know how to do that. They'll just kind of look historically if they did this, what it would do. So I try to remember the last time they changed the standard. I think the following year, the cutoff was much smaller, like less than 3 minutes. Calvin says it's in the. Oh man, I forgot about this. I forgot that you guys made that. You guys made a channel in the Discord of weird articles for me to react to. I totally forgot. I gotta go look at that. But let me pull it up now from the Discord, so we can kind of. I ruined it. I messed it up because I didn't look for it right away. But where's the Reacts one? Where is it? I'm trying to think. Where is it? Meeting discussion? No, that's not it. I gotta find it. Kofuzi reacts. Okay. Yeah, it's in Japan. It's in Japan running news. That's it. Also, the title. I'm like, this is not funny, but it's kind of funny. That's just like Australian male arrested on drug smuggling charges. Oh boy. That's funny. It's like Australian business owner of no known fixed address. He lives in Lincoln Park. I don't know. Okay. Oh, it's for Osaka Marathon. Oh, look at this. There's a translator's note. It says Fox, who received a lifetime ban from Egeo City Half Marathon in 2023 for bib cheating, was a DNF in Osaka after going through halfway in 108.45. Huh. That's wild. Huh. That. This is a good use of the Kofuzi Reacts channel in Discord, but oh my goodness. Whoa, I had no idea. This has been pretty quiet. No one's been talking about that. I feel like we're gossiping about him though, so that makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. But that's a very weird turn of events. Very weird. Yeah. All right. Midlife Runner says, yo, what's going on? The hoodie lands today. Won't need it for the 80-degree temp, but hopefully we'll need it in Boston. I feel like it's going to work out really well to wear the hoodie in Boston. I think that's going to be good, kind of like walking around Newbury kind of apparel. I don't know. Should we look at the weather? Let's look at the weather for Boston. Okay, weather for Boston. So far, if I'm looking at it on Google, it only goes for a week. Now let's do 10 days on Weather Channel. 10 days on Weather Channel. All right, drum roll. I don't have a drum roll button, but drum roll. The weather so far shows 60 degrees for the high, 46 for the low, partly cloudy with a westerly wind. Or I don't know which one is westerly. Do you guys know which one is westerly? It's the arrow. Well, it just says arrow west, 12 miles per hour. So that means it's coming from the west and going towards the east. Is that how west? Is that the same thing as westerly? Yeah, that Mark says that means probably from the west. JC said that's a tailwind. That's a tailwind. If it's just, but it looks like it's straight from the west. So is that? Yeah, that's a tailwind. All right, that could be real good and partly cloudy. It says. So I mean, depending on how partly cloudy it is, it'll be nice. In the days leading up, it's going to be like 40s for the lows and high 50s for the high. Saturday might rain. 40% chance of showers. Occasional rain showers. Chance of rain 40%. So I feel like it's hoodie weather. It's hoodie weather, guys. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. Yeah. Frank says westerly means from the west. The arrow in the weather sites is always ambiguous. Yeah. Sean Devlin says, so basically this means it'll be 75 and sunny. It's either going to be 75 sunny or it's going to rain or it's like sleet, like 2018. But so here are two words that I never always confuse. Westerly doesn't mean it's going towards the west or coming from the west. I always get that confused. And swipe right and swipe left. So I don't know what that means when people say that. I always have to say swipe your finger from the right to the left or from the left to the right. I met my wife and we got married all before there was dating apps. So like that swipe left, swipe right stuff means nothing to me. I don't know how it works. Yeah. Alex Hermanson says, in Boston, what running influencer are you most excited to see? One, Alex Hermanson, Herm Runs. Number one. Number two, probably Aubrey, because I gotta give him. I have to deliver a package for him. Greg, who lives not that far, Greg Itahara, who lives not that far from me, is working with Aubrey on some stuff. Hopefully, I'm not ruining a surprise. But anyway, I'm supposed to deliver it to Aubrey at some point. I suppose we should probably arrange that. But yeah. Yeah. Mark Johnson says, "Shakeout run saved me from brunch with the in-laws." Oh, that's nice. That's a good thing. All right. Kevin wants to know if we'll see a surprise celebrity run Boston unannounced. I don't know. Probably not. You know what's weird to me is I forget where I saw it, but I saw something that indicated maybe it was a clip someone shared from local Boston news, but I saw something saying that like there will be increased uniform police presence all throughout the route to keep runners safe. And I don't know if that's something that has to do with um, pioneers and what happened at mile 21 a couple years ago, or if there's some sort of actual threat, or both. I don't know. It was weird. Mm. JC said, "Who are the Sox playing that day?" I don't know. Um, so one of the things that I'm trying to do, James say, make sure whatever I'm delivering it ain't pot. Greg did drop off a box the other day, and I'm like, I'm gonna open this because I'm not taking a whole box. I think there's a singlet inside, and so I'm just gonna take the singlet out, and then I'll put it in my suitcase. So yeah, I'm not transporting drugs across state lines. Um, but one of the things, so this year, all right, so every year in Boston, a lot of the brands will have stuff like all day, and then they'll have stuff like at night with some like friends, retailers, um, just a kind of like a big networking schmooze kind of thing. And so like Adidas took people to the baseball game, I think one year, or maybe every year, I don't know. Last year I went to a dinner with Tracksmith. Other years I've gone to dinner with like Adidas PR people and stuff. My goal this year is to go to no dinners, no evening activities. I basically want to be like a reverse vampire. Once the sun goes down, I'm done. It just takes, those events take a long time. You're moving a lot of people, so there's just inefficiencies there. It's not anyone's fault. It just takes longer than I want. My goal is once like evening stuff activities are done, to just grab a burrito or pizza and eat dinner in my hotel room in my underwear. It'll give me a chance to recharge, get some work done, and then be ready to go the next day. I can't be doing all this nighttime stuff. I'm getting too old for that, you know. Sean Devlin says, reverse vampires my everyday. Calvin says, Co is cold blooded. No sun, no run. I just think my social battery runs out by the time I get to dinner, you know. And Patrick Odedina says, I read that the increased presence police has to do with the new non-binary category for Boston as per mile a minute. That's interesting. Is that where I saw it? I don't know. Maybe I saw that same thing. Oh man, that's weird. People are weird. CV76 says Kofuzi brand underwear. Did I tell you guys the story where I showed my underwear to Billy Yang? So I was telling. I think I told you guys the story. Never mind. We can go. We can skip it. Cosmic Pineapple Michael says On will be giving out free flowers on Newbury Street again. It was very popular last year. Looking forward to demoing the Cloud Boom Strike LS on Newbury too. All right. So this is a good time to start doing some unboxings and talking about my schedule. The first event that I'm going to be doing is going to be with On. And that's going to be Thursday night. I know that's early, but if you're a local or in the area, Thursday night, I'm going to be participating in a panel. It's a mega panel. It's really big. I don't know why it's so big. I, I, I don't know how many, frankly, I don't know how many words I'm going to be able to speak because there's just a lot of people on the panel. I think there's like 7 people. One of the host is Ashley Mateo. I didn't know it was going to be this big until I was with Ashley when she got like the, not guest list, but the panelist list. We were in Italy. She was telling me about it. I'm like, it's me. Ashley's going to be there. Chris Chavez is going to be there. Matt from, I think is it Matt from Men's Health? True. Is that who it is? Matt? Is it that Matt? I don't know his last name. I think he's going to be there. And there's a lot of other people too. All people that are like, I don't want to say more famous than me, but more like prestigious than me. And then like I'm there as like the YouTube guy, the social media guy. So different perspectives in media, like running in media. So it should be an interesting conversation. I don't know how much I'll be able to add to it, or maybe I'm just gonna. Ashley's the moderator, so I'm not worried that I'm gonna end up being the punching bag. But that's the first event. It's Thursday night. I don't know the exact time, and I don't know the exact address yet. But just letting you know, if Thursday is like an option for you guys, it's gonna be like I'll go to the on thing and then like pizza underwear time. Pizza underwear in my hotel room by myself time. But yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so that's gonna be Thursday. And to get ready, On sent me a bunch of stuff. So that's why I'm telling you this. So yeah, first let's take a look. And like I had to open up the box that it came in because I wanted to see if I needed to order some stuff to be able to wear. I'm probably just gonna end up wearing my Coffee Club podcast stuff. But they sent this, which is really nice. I don't know, is this color weird on me? I feel like this color might be a little bit weird on me. I'm not sure if I could rock this. But I do like this piece. It's got a nice little reflective accent in the small of the back. On, also reflective. Some thumb holes or a little thumb strap on the sleeve. Quarter zip. This feels like clothes from the future. From a nice future, but from the future. You know what I mean? Like if I were an ensign on a starship. They put some socks in here. These are, oh, okay, there's 3 colors in here. I'm looking at it. One of them's cream and navy, I think. One of them's white and navy, and one of them's navy and white. I'm too old to wear socks this tall, but it is nice to have some On socks. And then some pants. I'll probably wear these on stage. These look nice. Oh, is this a cargo pocket? No, it's just a vent hole. I thought maybe it was a cargo pocket on the side. See where the reflective accent is? There's a little flap up, and I thought maybe there's a pocket in there, but it's just mesh. So it lets your knees, in case you got sweaty knees, it lets some heat out. I thought maybe also, too, it might be a convertible pant, you know, with the zippers. The kinds like my brothers-in-law wear when they go hiking. But no, it's just pants. But I like these. A little bit rustly, but I think those would be nice. I'll wear these. Stevie's only thinks that they're vent holes for your parts. I don't know why. I don't know why that's so funny. All right. Next, they gave me a shirt. Man, I don't like. Am I supposed to be wearing all these together? Like, look at this color shirt. I don't think you could wear this color shirt with that other color jacket that they gave me, right? What color is this? Mint? Not lime green? Lime green, maybe? It's just like a, oh, there's fart holes in the back of this shirt. See that? Like little, kind of like, maybe this is more of a gym shirt. then it moves with you, as you're moving. But it feels kind of like cotton-y. Again, it feels like clothes from a future. Oh, Brian Pooh says avocado. Sleeve Singer says olive green. I like avocado. I like it when colors are foods. When we painted the condo, I think like one of the walls the color I picked was sesame. The other one was green tea. No, it was some other tea though, because it looked like a French gray almost. But anyway, I like it when colors are foods because that kind of helps me understand. Now this is a shirt I really like. Look at this. This is like a running shirt. White. Really lightweight, stretchy. Almost becomes, it's almost see-through. See that? That shirt is nice. I like it. I don't know what I'm gonna wear for this thing. I think maybe I'll wear the blue top, the pants, and then my coffee club shirt. Here's the thing though, like, did they give the same thing to everyone on the panel? Because then if they give this, because then we will definitely look like we're from a starship. Like if we all have a different color, like pastel. I mean, what if someone else has what if that jacket comes in avocado and Ashley's wearing avocado, Chris Chavez is wearing oatmeal, and I'm wearing light blue, cerulean, Then it's going to be like some weird kind of Power Rangers. All right. Last thing in here is some shorts. Well, these shorts are nice. 2-in-1s. 2-in-1s are coming back, right? Why are they coming back? I don't know. But I like them. You know what I like about 2-in-1s? They're good summer wear because you could go for your run and then like if you don't have time to take a shower afterwards, you can just live in them afterwards too. So like for summertime where I'm like dropping off a kid at a camp, going for a run, then I got to do some other errands, like this. These kinds of shorts work. And let's see if this has a phone pocket. It's got a phone pocket. That's the other thing I like about it. Like regular shorts, you can't run with your phone, and so you got to have a 2-in-1 or a half tight. And wearing a half tight around, especially if you're like picking up kids and stuff, doesn't always work. So the 2-in-1s work. There. Yeah. All right. Charles Alfonso says, yo, what's going on? Just ran my first marathon at the Delaware Running Festival with a 4:03 time. Congratulations. Your videos helped me get it into running, and thanks for the inspiration. Well, Charles, great job running 4:03. Is the Delaware Marathon, is that hilly? I have a feeling it's probably hilly. I've done some running in Wilmington, and that is a hilly place. So, good job. Good job. All right. And then there's two other things that they sent me. The first thing that they sent is a Cloud 6. Is this a running shoe? I don't. No, it's not. This is my first non-running on shoe. I'm guessing they knew I'd have to fly to Boston and go to the airport. So they gave me this. Yeah. So there we go. The on airport shoe. I've seen these so many times, but I've never actually worn them. They feel soft. Imagine if I end up really loving these and I'm like, I could see why people wear these at the airport. Stevie's I'm saying Stevie 76 is so mean, but I just made the same joke. TSA pre-check shoe. Drew says the Cloud 6 is casual now. Yeah, and Mark says this is the shoe my wife wears around for not running. It smells like just smells like fabric. There's a little bit of a plastic smell to it. Not quite a seatbelt smell, but kind of like a car. Not a new car, but just a car. It's a nice insole in here. What's going on with these stickers? There's always these not always, but a lot of shoes have these stickers that go on the insole. What's that about? Why do I need that? Like why is the sticker there? What does it mean? I think it's product information. But the sticker's always hard to get off. But anyway, I don't know. The upper seems nice and it's still like running-ish, but it's still stretchy. There's laces, but it's definitely slip-on. You know? Okay. I'm gonna have to try these. But I think the most interesting thing that they sent me is probably this box. They sent me Cloud Boom Strike LS. Look at this. This color makes me want to eat it. This looks like lemon meringue, but this is the new Cloud Boom Strike LS, the light spray. I can't smell it. There's very little smell on this. Brian Pooh says it looks like Peeps. Mark says it looks like limoncello. Yeah, it's so incredibly light. It's so incredibly light, though. Yeah. All right. I think we need to weigh this one since now I have two of them to weigh, and did I weigh the first one? Let's get the shoe sheet out. And I'm definitely going to keep this cardboard piece. But yeah, see, there's another sticker in there that I got to get out. But yeah. All right. Let's do some more unboxings first, and then we'll get to shoe weights and stuff. But yeah, I do wanna weigh this one. Now I got to show you. Have you guys seen this? So here's my original light spray. I got two of them now. But at about 35 miles or so, my light spray started to. Is it this one or the other foot? I think it's the other foot. I don't see it here. Yeah, here we go. My light spray ripped a little bit. Now, I thought that, because I then ran a race. I ran a 5-mile race in these. And I thought that this would just rip all the way across when that happened. But it hasn't. It's not like this is ripstop, but it hasn't gone any further. So, yeah. Calvin said this is $604 worth of shoes right here. Is that how much these are? $320 each? They're very light. Should I go to the thing? See, here's the thing. Should I wear these to the thing? So I wear this with the limoncello, the fart vent pants, and then the light blue top, or the lime green t-shirt. With the green. See, the green and this don't go together, do they? I don't know how colors work. I don't know. Yeah. Drew says definitely wear them on the panel. I feel like I've got to, right? I just don't. This is a lot of shoe to bring. It's not heavy; it just takes up a lot of space. Like, that means that I think I'm going to bring a huge suitcase to Boston. I don't know. James says bring the ripped ones. Be like, hey guys, can you fix this? Imagine if they're like, yeah, put it on the machine. We'll spray more on there for you. I wonder if they could do that. I don't know. Eric says flex. You know what the flex is? the flexes showing up like this, one on each foot. Just be like, yeah, I got two of them. Is that a flex? That's just weird. Alex says, WWZD, what would Zendaya do? And Raquel Escatel says, do they fit you? I think Tom's Meg had a really hard time putting it on. The last ones did. I haven't tried these on yet, but these are a UK 8.5, US men's 9. So they're the same size. For me, I went to the On pop-up in New York, and they were like, the way to do it is you got to loosen this up. You got to like work it for a little bit, kind of warm it up. Remember how we did the hypercolors last time? You kind of got to do that with this, but with stretching. You stretch it out, loosen it up, and then you can like jam your foot in there. It's not an elegant process, you know. That's it. All right. So that's Thursday stuff. And then Friday, I actually don't think I have anything that I'm like doing on my own, any events. So I'll probably be at the expo on Friday. Going to try and stop by. I think Ali Feller's doing some interviews at the expo. So I might kind of check that situation. I usually hate expo interviews and expo panels, but I'll go and support. I think we'll see. I got to get in the long run at some point. And then I'll be going to a Tracksmith event. I don't know if that's open to the public, but there's going to be an event I'm not hosting this. I'm just attending. On Friday, there's an event with Tracksmith for talking about Black American marathoning. And I think they're going to have a couple of people who have been on the, or have been on, or like, they're still on the list, but they're no longer running because they've retired or whatever. So, yeah. So there'll be a lot of people there. Erica Kemp will be there because she's number 1 on the list. So it'll be cool. So I'm going to go to that, and then it'll be pizza underwear time. Saturday's my busy day. Saturday, I'm going to watch the BAA 5K. I had a really fun time watching that last year. It's a fun race to watch. And then at 10 a.m. is plogging. So Tina Muir, me, Drew Whitcomb, and Aaron Azar, Mrs. Space Cadet. We're all going to be there. It's in the Kafuzi Run Club run group on Strava for details. RSVP so that we know how many trash bags to be. Tony's going to be there. Nice. Tony, it'll be good to see you again. So we'll do that 10 o'clock. It's going to be about 2 miles, and then we're going to end intersecting with the 26-point true route. They'll be at mile 18. And so we'll be able to cheer on some runners. We'll pick up some trash through Boston. The last time I did plugging with Tina in Boston, we did it at like Boston Commons, and it was pretty clean. There wasn't a lot for us to pick up. And so we're hoping like this different route, we might have some more trash to pick up. So that'll be that. And then after that, here's the thing that I think you guys will be most excited about. 1 p.m. on Saturday. I don't know exactly where it is. There's like some sort of Adidas hub. I think it's in a mall or a shopping. It's like a pop-up store. I'm not sure exactly where it is yet. Someone knows where it is. I just don't remember the address, but I'll give you guys info. But 1 p.m. on Saturday, we're going to play. The idea that I pitched was Kafuzi Run Club, the game, right? I think they changed the name to The Fastest Game, but we're going to do all games, like the live stream games, we're going to do them together live in Boston. And so it's an Adidas event. We're going to do that. We're going to play Name That Shoe. We're going to do some trivia, and I'm going to figure out some other games to play as well. And so I think I'm just going to pick out contestants from the audience. No points, no prizes. I suggested maybe Adidas should have some prizes, but I don't know if where they ended up on that. But we'll get to play games live and together in person. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work out yet. I should probably figure that out. but I've been told I'm going to have a projector. I'll be able to hook up my laptop. So we'll have photos of shoes that we could do. We'll do basically a live stream live, but they didn't want to call it live stream live. Stevie76 says you got to do truth or dare. Like truth or we should do like runner's double dare. But I'm pretty excited about it. So if you can be there, I would love to have people from the live stream there to support. So that'll be fun. All right. BJ Smith says spin the bottle. Yeah. Probably not spin the bottle, but yeah. And then at 6 o'clock, I'll be doing an event with Rana at the Rana pop-up. We're going to do a little bit of a Boston Marathon course preview. I know everyone has seen and understands the Boston course loosely, but if you want to ask some questions, talk to people who have run it a bunch of times, and kind of like nerd out, freak out a little bit over the course, that'll be a good time to do that. So I'll be there with one of the Run-A coaches and I think one other Run-A person. So the three of us will be there. I don't think I'm in charge of the PowerPoint on that one. I think someone else is. I think I'm mostly there for, I don't know, color commentary and jokes. But yeah, Eric says Run-A in Boston. Pretty much. Yeah. So that's Saturday's my busy day because I'll be in like four different places. But hopefully I'll see you guys. I mean, you guys are welcome to come to all of those things, I guess. I wish I had more links to give you guys. I got to follow up on that. But if you guys are going to be around Saturday, just lots of stuff that I'll be doing. Then Sunday is the big Rabbit Shakeout. I believe it's at 9 a.m. at the Rabbit pop-up on Newbury. By the way, after the Run-A Boston course preview thing, pizza underwear. And then Sunday is the Rabbit Shakeout. That'll be the big one. I mean, that if you're going to wear your hoodie anytime, that's probably a good time. Although it might be a little bit warm for running, but if it's chilly that morning, it might be perfect. But yeah. So that's my schedule. That's my schedule. For Boston. So, Midlife Runner says someone should do a Run-A app with a H at the end. Maybe Mark Wahlberg. I think Mark Wahlberg is doing like a prayer app or something. Have you guys seen that? Stay prayed up. Nah, it's weird. Tony says I'll be at the shakeout too. It might be raining. I hope it doesn't rain. That would be really unpleasant. Like 1,000 wet people sounds really gross. Not that we'll have 1,000, but like between that, I think there's probably going to be a Believe in the Run shakeout around then. There'll probably be a Tracksmith shakeout around then. I think it could be a lot of wet runners. It sounds not nice. Calvin says, is Floberg okay? 10 days post McCurdy and no video besides the immediate reaction? I feel like McCurdy wrecked people. Not James McCurdy, but I feel like that event, because it was hot that day, right? Which is weird, because I feel like New York was the only place that was hot that day. Maybe other than like the South. But like, it wasn't hot in the Midwest that day. But like the runner's plate, she was very upset afterwards. Because she had been really focusing on this race. But she also said it was like super, super hot. I want to say Clark also ran it. I don't think he did excellent either. I don't know, I thought his immediate reaction video was like, yeah, I didn't hit it, but that's all right. I felt like that was like kind of the vibe I got, but maybe there was more to it than that. Stevie76 says maybe Floberg's in a Japanese jail too. You know, that article didn't specify if Matt Fox is in jail. I don't think he's in jail. Maybe he is. He says he was arrested, but I don't know. You know, is there bail in Japan? I don't know. I hope I never have to know. But yeah. Rich Jason says, as a current McCurdy athlete, indeed McCurdy wrecks people, but in a good way. And Sean said Clark DNF'd at 7 miles, strained hamstring. That's, yeah, I told you, I said the race wrecked people. I thought he had finished, but I guess not. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let me open this. I got something. This is from my manager. So my management is Coastline Creatives. They sent me this. They've never sent me anything before. But yeah. So I think this logo, it's like 2 octopus tentacles in a knot. Like, kind of, is that how octopuses shake hands? I don't know, but it's kind of cool, nautical. Nice crew neck. I like it. Thank you for sending that. Where did my knife go? I just had it. I lost it. I'm still really nervous about the On shoe that they sent, the Cloud 6. What if I love it? I want to not love it. What if I'm like, this is the most comfortable walking shoe I've ever experienced? I think I would feel like I feel like I would owe people an apology. All right, there's an envelope in here. Roll Recovery, they've been sending me a lot of stuff. And I feel bad because I don't like make a special like separate video out of it. But I do usually like a lot of what they send. It says, thank you for trying out the super plush slides. We hope you enjoy them. If you need anything else, let us know. From the Boulder team. There's like a press release included. But when I went to Africa, I had 2 8.5-hour flights in a row to get there. One to get to Frankfurt and one from Frankfurt to Nairobi. And on the way out there, I wore the Roll Recovery shoes. They have shoes where it's like the top is a really, really soft knit. And that was a great travel shoe. I don't think there's a better travel shoe for me because it's a little bit firm on the bottom. So like, it's not like UFO soft, which is what I thought it was going to be. And I was a little bit disappointed at first, but I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Frankfurt airport, but if you go to the Frankfurt airport, you're going to be walking like 30 minutes at some point. They just make you walk forever. And that shoe was actually really nice for that. And then when I got on the plane, kind of slips on and off real easy. It's super comfortable even when it's on foot and your feet are swelling because of the altitude change or pressurization changes. So that shoe is actually really nice. I like it. And I think I'm going to wear it around a lot more. Because after a workout, my pinky toe usually gets so wrecked. I need something soft to protect it. But now that it's getting hot, oh boy. I like a creamy slide. And it feels like this material is softer. This is more UFOS-like than the material that was in the recovery shoe. But the outsole is not super soft, so it's not like the same. There is no outsole, but the bottom part feels firm. The top part feels mushy. I don't know how they do that. Oh, these are nice. I like these. Maybe I'll wear these to Boston. Or maybe I'll wear the slides, maybe the shoes around in Boston. I don't know. But summertime, I definitely like living in slides, so these are good. Drew says, twinsies, you got some of these too, Drew? We are going to have to wear them around like twinsies. I do feel like, Drew, since you and I get a lot of the same stuff, I feel like we should have a segment at one point where we walk around like twins. I'll obviously be Arnold Schwarzenegger, you'll be Danny DeVito, and we just have the same like matching outfits and walk around taking pictures together. I think that would be really funny. I feel like we need to make that happen. Frank says I had to sleep in the Frankfurt airport once, and they had that Brian Eno music playing all night. Why? Why? Uh... And Drew says the part that goes over the foot takes a minute to break in, but I like the underfoot comfort. It feels soft to the hand, so I feel like that's going to work a lot. And Drew says I'm in for the twin segment. All right, we got to figure that out. Like next time we're on like a media trip, when they do the Bond villain thing of putting all the clothes on the bed, we're going to have to like wear all the same clothes at the same time. And like we'll like sit at breakfast together and like take a scoop of food at the same time, you know, like drink a sip of coffee at the same time. We should have done that in Italy. Just like having like a bite of pizza at the same time. That would have been... that's so funny. Defrazak 7103 says, greetings from Italy. I'm going to buy my first pair of trail running shoes. I'm unsure whether to pick the Hoka Speed Goat or the Saucony Peregrine. What would you recommend? Have a great one. Okay, those are two very different shoes. The Speed Goat, I feel like, is a great all-around shoe. You could use it to run fast because it's light and nimble enough for that. You could use it to run nice and easy because it's soft enough for that. And you could use it to run all day long. The Peregrine is a much more specialized shoe, in my opinion. There's not a lot of cushion to it. It just kind of feels like an upper attached to cleats. So it's kind of, to me, it feels closer to running in like a soccer cleat or a football boot, as someone might say in Italy, because the lugs are very dense and aggressive. And so I would use that for shorter, faster races or very technical running. So that's how I would pick between those two shoes. All right, Calvin wants to know, what super shoe is next on the After 100 Miles review? Hyperion Elite 4 PB, Tier Valkyrie Carbon, Endo Pro 4. From the Carbon, for the super shoes, I don't know. I don't have any that I'm close on. I would like to get the Hoka Cielo X1s to 100 miles, or a Cielo X1 2.0s. I love that shoe. I don't know what other shoe. The Endorphin Elite 2s, I've already got like 40 miles on those because it just took me a long time to figure that shoe out. Also, I took it to spring break. So I had 2 workouts that week, and then, not spring break, well, my kids' spring break when we were in Iowa. And then my daughter had some workouts that she had to do, so I paced her in those. So I wore them like 4 times that week. So it wasn't all that I just couldn't figure that one out, but probably the Endorphin Elite 2 that will get to 100 miles, because I'm still not sure on that shoe if it's phenomenal or a miss. I could go back and forth. If I filmed that review 5 more times, I'd come out 5 different ways, I think. But anyway, so that might be pretty close. I would like to get the light spray to 100 miles just so I could talk about how mine ripped in a review. And the other one, I got to get these Evo 1s to 100 miles too. I think I'm at like 60 miles on these. And you could see like this happened at like 35 miles, this little puncture wound. And you could see how like the carbon rods are like showing in a way. So those are probably the next 3. But I'm also testing like Gara Carbon. That's a pretty fun shoe, which might be a little bit too soft. That's in there. Sheep Pro. I just tested today. So there's a lot in the works. And I guess Nike released some new ones too. So I gotta buy some of those. So yeah. Johnny Dodgen says, I enjoyed the Endo Elite 2 review. I like that you were unsure what to think. It's rare. I mean, I feel like even when I don't have a strong opinion, like kind of YouTube and reviewing generally demands that you choose an opinion. And this one still is just like, if I didn't have to choose one way, I'd just be like, I don't know. It's pretty good. I just don't. Yeah, that one still confounds. And Frank says the Evo one doesn't seem to like going much further than 100 miles. I know it's not so much that like I think it can go 100 miles. It's longer than it's said it could go. It's just that 100 miles is a benchmark number for me, and I thought I would try to do that. I don't really like it anymore. I think it's not a great shoe to run in at this point at like 50 or 60 miles. Patrick says, be honest, do you ever get to like 89 miles and say, that's close enough to do a 100-mile review? No, I don't. I'll just do another run in it and get it to 100 miles. I might not enjoy it, but it might be like, if let's say it's a super shoe and I'm at 89 miles and I want to just get this 100-mile review done, I might take it for a run I wouldn't otherwise take it for, just to get those miles in. Maybe I have like 10 miles with some strides in it. I probably wouldn't do that. But if I had like a light fartlek, which you could do in a daily trainer, I might take the super shoe just to get those miles in. That's how I do it. Midlife Runner says, was the Endo Elite 2 wedge, trampoline, or mid? I think it was trampoline. It's not wedge. It's way too squirrely in the heel to be wedge. I think it's I can't reach it. But I mean, looking at like the first one, it's kind of like big, and then because it's unstable, it's confusing visually because it has to be wide here, but it's just thin. So it to me feels like trampoline. David Fraser says, Mike, do you like the Hoka Skyflow? I don't love it because it to me feels like a stabilized Clifton. There's a stiffness to it that I find unpleasant. But I like it more than I'd like, say. I've never actually run in the Arahi, but I feel like I would hate it. I like it more than I think I would dislike I like it more than I think I would like the Arahi. I don't know. All right, let's do a couple more. Now I'm really regretting that I don't know where my knife is. So I got more boxes, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually open these. Got some more stuff from Scratch. Scratch sometimes sends a note. Hope you enjoy fueling your next adventure with our new... I've got like dyslexia burgers. Cinnamon and oatmeal energy bar. Launching. Wait, is this not under embargo? Anyway, it launches April 8th. All right. Sport fuel. Cinnamon and oatmeal. Let's try one real fast. Oh, that was 2 days ago. Yeah, that was 2 days ago. Okay. Lost track of time. Gluten-free, non-GMO, dairy-free, kosher, vegan. Contains tree nuts, coconut, and almond. It says, eat it when you're hungry, don't if you're not. Repeat if necessary. 200 calories, 150 milligrams of salt, 33 grams of carbs, and 4 grams of protein. Not bad. It's okay. I don't know if I like this. It feels like it's missing something. It either needs apple. I feel like it's apple pie without apple. I love an apple crumble. So this had like dried apples in it. It'd be amazing. Or cranberries. It's missing something. It needs like a tart. That's pretty good though. All right, last one. I really wish I had a knife. I mean, that's good though. It's nice and mild flavor. I feel like I would like that at an aid station or like on a long trail run. But I think for like grabbing something to eat in the car on the way to a run, I don't know, with coffee I think that'd be really good, but on its own, it needs a fruit. This, oh, the way you open it's on the other side. I don't know why, but I don't know. This tape. It's like that tape that has not rebar, but you know, the tape that has the like cloth in it, the ropes in it. Oh, look at this. Speaking of westerly tailwinds, Mike, let us know what you think. Tailwind crew. Okay. They sent a multi-pack in here. Oh, this is nice. So they sent some rapid hydration, which is like your low sugar. This actually has 12 carbs in it, but has a lot of electrolytes. That's what it's meant to have. I like these when I'm traveling, or also on like Boston Marathon weekend, where you're moving around all day and you're just like, I don't think I drank any water for the last 6 hours. And they sent some of this stuff, which is some of my favorite stuff. Oh my goodness. We might have to do a mukbang on Monday, but I also don't want to because I want to save this to actually eat it. But these recovery mixes, I love these recovery mixes. Again, especially on a travel weekend because of the little sachets. They're really good for travel weekends. My first exposure to a lot of this stuff was on that hut trip that I did with Solomon. I'd get my butt kicked all day long, and then we'd get to a hut or a refugio, and then I'd chug one of these. And it was basically the only calories that I could keep down. Everything else felt like a chore to eat food, but like these were great. These went down really easily. So these like recovery mixes have 240 calories per packet, 550 milligrams of salt, 40 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of protein. So I feel like it's a nice replenishment drink. And then here's the endurance fuels. They sent a bunch of flavors. Mandarin is pretty good. It's like a light orange flavor. Lemon is surprisingly good. Berry, I hate berry. No offense to Tailwind, but I just don't like berry flavored things. They sent some Dal watermelon. The tropical is nice. It's like a fruit punch flavor. The raspberry, I'm hit or miss on raspberry. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I don't. This raspberry is in the middle. And then cola. They used to call this Colorado Cola, didn't they? But then I think they switched it a little while ago. Just cola. Davin Patterson says, what is a good natural hydration drink? I hate the aspartame flavor. Basically, all hydration drinks have, it seems. I don't know what natural means, I guess, then. Like orange juice? A lot of people just take like apple juice and cut it with water. So is that what you mean? I think you could do that. Yeah, there's one that Scratch does that it's like it's not a hydration drink, but it's more like this kind of rapid hydration stuff where it's like electrolytes and like a hint of juice flavor. And I think they use actual juice to like do I don't think it's a synthetic juice flavor. It's actual juice, but that's not a sugar drink. That's not a hydration drink. Sean Devlin says coconut water. I gotta tell you guys, my running buddy loves coconut water. I'm really trying to like it. That one time I did a project with Coco Vita, and I was like, I'm gonna buy like all the kinds of coconut water that they make, and I'm gonna find one that I like. And they were all coconut water, which I didn't love it. Johnny Dudgeon says, and went on this one. Thoughts on the Kip Run shoe, Mike? So that Kip Run KD900X Lab, the pink one, it's surprisingly good. I wasn't sure I was going to like, I wasn't like, I don't know what I'm getting into. Like, it's a budget brand. This is going to be like when Reebok made a carbon plated shoe. But that shoe is good. I like it. I kind of wish it was in the US market. I think it would do well. I'm trying to figure, so it's an interesting design. It's a bathtub design, or rim and core is what Thomas likes to call it. And I'm just like, I can't say that with a straight face. And I think that's why Thomas likes to call it rim and core. It sounds dirty to me. I like bathtub because you've got one foam and then another foam that sits inside it. And so for that one, it's PIBA is the bathtub water, and the bathtub is made out of supercritical TPU. And the combo really works. And then on top of that, there's a really soft insole that is very comfortable. They said that the shoe was going to be a half marathon shoe, max, 5K, 10K. It's super light, like 172 grams or something like 170 grams. I don't remember the ounces. It's under 7 ounces. I thought it was just going to be super aggressive, really hard to run in, super firm, because they said it was a half marathon shoe. But I ended up really liking it. I put in maybe 20 miles in the shoe over a couple of days, and on a variety of paces and terrain. And I like it. I like it a lot. It kind of reminded me of earlier Next Percent. Is the closest thing I can think of that it reminds me of. I also think it might be kind of like if the first two Deviate Nitro Elites had like double the stack height. I feel like they would feel like that. But there was a nice squish to it, but it's still responsive, lightweight, felt like you could pick up the pace. The geometry, it's kind of shaped like a Hyperion Elite 2, but it's not nearly as firm. So I thought Hyperion Elite 2 was what we were going to get, but it was nice. There's not a lot of carbon involvement in that shoe, but I mean, it would be nice if they had a little bit more, but that might make the shoe feel firmer. So I mean, I was really impressed with that one, but I always try to like wait till after the trip where I get a shoe and kind of get away from the excitement of the trip, the hype from spending days with the marketing people, and then bring it home, run a workout with it at home. It's low on my priorities list because I don't think I'm going to review it since it's not available in the US, but I'll do another workout with it here. I think I could do a longer workout with it too. So it was good. I was really impressed. Kip Run is not going to be coming to the US until 2026. They're not sure exactly when or exactly how. I think that they're figuring it out now. I was like, so are you going to sell in decathlons? Or are you going to try to sell in running retail like Fleet Feet? Or just direct to consumer? Like, what are you going to do? They're like, those are all good questions. I'm like, and the answer? Like, we haven't decided. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, Thomas had a lot of thoughts on it, and he was giving them to Kip Run. We'll see what they end up doing. It's an interesting position that they're in. Scary and interesting. So yeah. All right. That's going to be it for today, guys. Sorry I kept you guys a little bit late. Just had so many packages to get through. Stay on the lookout on Instagram and on Kofuzi Run Club Strava for links for RSVPs for all those events we talked about today, but at least you guys kind of have an idea if you want to do some planning. There's a couple of different times that you could see me, so hopefully we can get together at some point. All right, guys? All right. I'll see you guys again on Monday. Enjoy your long runs this weekend. If anyone's racing, let me know about how it goes when I see you on Monday. All right, guys? Thanks. Be safe out there, everybody.